Raise your hand if you've ever had a student who absolutely refused to write. I'm sure we all have had students like that, and let's be honest, I'm sure we've all felt that way sometimes too. Welcome to Sarah's Writing Spot. I'm Sarah, and today we're going to talk about how to help those reluctant writers combat writer's block. First of all, let's talk about what type of students reluctant writers are. Usually these are students who do not have a lot of confidence in their writing skills at all. Many times these are students who think that the first thing they put on the paper has to be perfect, and they are terrified of being criticized and ridiculed or embarrassed about what they've put on the paper. So there's a lot of strategies that we as teachers can use to help them get over this writing hump. My first writing tip is to model an example. This step is so important. With reluctant writers, they're really terrified of doing something wrong in their writing. And giving them an example helps give them that confidence that they are on the right track. So no matter if they're learning how to write a paragraph for the first time or write an essay for the first time, they really need to see that example so that they can stay on track. And to add to this, your example is going to be even more powerful if you model that example in real time. Show them you writing that paragraph or writing that paragraph within an essay and thinking aloud while you're writing it. Then they could see what writing is supposed to look like. Writing tip number 2, use sentence starters. This one is really effective. A lot of times kids just don't know how to get their sentence started and going. So a lot of times I'll give 3 or 4 sentence starters. I'll put them up on the board and they can choose one that they like best. And sometimes that's all they need to just get them going, get the ball rolling. Writing tip number 3, use graphic organizers. This one's especially helpful if your student is writing a paragraph or an essay. Yes, it's easy to get major writer's block if you're thinking you've got to write all of these sentences. So the best way to scale it back and get organized is to use a graphic organizer. And this, I found that once kids brainstorm, jot down lots of ideas and words, and they have their plan ready, then once they go to the rough draft, it flows a lot easier now that they have a plan and they've brainstormed the words that they're going to use. Step number 4 is my favorite. Sometimes all your student needs is a little bit of praise, praise, praise. And let me tell you, praise goes a really long way. Like I said, a lot of times our reluctant writers, it has to do with their self-esteem. Either their self-esteem or they are a perfectionist and they think that everything they write down has to be perfect the first time. So we need to reassure them that that's not the case with writing. Even as grown-ups, we make writing mistakes all the time. That's just part of the writing process. So the way that we encourage students is by giving them that praise. I know it's so easy to look at a beginner's paragraph or a beginner's essay and see all the glaring mistakes, but that's not what we want to point out. If we have a reluctant writer, we want to point out everything they did right. That way they'll do it again, they'll feel better about their writing, and they'll want to keep going. Nobody wants to learn something new for the first time and be told everything that they're doing wrong. We want to be their cheerleaders. So even if that means just complimenting them on a capital letter or an interesting word, we want to do that because that's what's going to make a difference. Thank you for joining me today. I really hope you learned some tips today that you can use with your reluctant writers at home or in school. If you found these tips useful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up for me. You can even share it with a friend if you think they'd find it useful too. Have a great day, and of course, happy writing.